The party
Guy
was
Fieri,
lame to me. Fieri.
This is the
Yeah.
fun. So they're trying to track him down. Mora's at the party.
I just want to say, you are never allowed to pick the freaking theme for anything again. Okay. Albuquerque, fire truck. We're just yelling out words now? What's going on here? Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. As always, my name is Matt, and I'm being joined by my sister, Vetta.
Hello.
Hello, nerd. And on this episode, we are going to be talking about the movie Totally Awesome. Now, before we get started on this movie, I wanted to ask a couple questions. The first one is the most important question of the night, and that is, Vetta, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a rum and coke.
Right on. I am drinking what is called a electric 80s. Sorry. And it's basically it's vodka, blue curacao, um, lime juice, pineapple juice, simple syrup, and then club soda. And it's delicious. I had it on another episode. Anyways, okay. My second question is, had you seen this movie?
No.
No, so this was your first time. Overall, did you like it? What are your thoughts on it in like a sentence?
It's a lot, and it's not as funny as it could have been. It's mocking, or I can't remember the name of what it's
It's like a
doing.
spoof. It's a spoof.
There you go. Thank you. I keep wanting to go to mockumentary, and I'm like, this was not a documentary.
It was not a
Stop
mockumentary.
that.
Yeah.
No. This is a spoof on a ton of movies, but almost too many.
I
Because
will.
it's not really as funny as it could have been.
I will.
Especially with all the people it had in it. Sorry, I keep cutting.
No, you're fine. You're totally fine. I was just gonna say, I will admit it went a little too long for me. That's my biggest complaint. I was like, this probably could have ended like 30 minutes ago. I was like, I've had enough of the tropes.
Yeah, and my thing is like when you have the lineup of people that were in this movie as far as funny people go, I mean, they have Tracy Morgan,
Love
Mikey
Tracy Morgan.
Day, they have Chris
Love
Kattan.
Mikey Day.
Yeah.
Love
These
Chris
are all
Kattan.
so much. I'm not gonna lie. There was a day where you looked just like you and your twin looked
I know. I got that a lot in high school.
so much. Yeah. And I just go, you have three super funny people. Why is this not funnier?
Right on. Okay, so Totally Awesome. As the Gundersons family sets out on a road trip to their new home, handsome Charlie, dancer Lori, and clever Max all have their own ideas of what life will be like at the new school in their new town. That was all they gave for the synopsis. What fuckers. Okay.
From
Okay,
Pittsburgh
so
to LA.
yeah, Pittsburgh to LA, which I just want to say right now, they were like talking as if in LA, I'm all like first off, okay, I wrote it down. You can't dance in LA? What?
No, just the high school.
Yeah, that was so weird. I'm all like, this makes zero sense.
That's the spoof for Footloose. Because remember,
I
he keeps
understand
saying
that
their
part.
feet kept coming loose.
Which I did write down that that's not how that works. Your legs just don't come off your body like that. That's not how it works. Okay. So, I just want to say that I already said it was a scooch too long, like a tiny bit too long. I was like, they could have wrapped this up a little bit tighter. Okay. Now, first off, I just want to say, unlike you, I love this movie because it makes me laugh so hard at certain things. I mean, this movie hits the ground running and it doesn't stop. Like it's just like we're going for broke and we're just gonna hit these tropes no matter what. And I'm all like, okay, I understand it, I get it, and I love it. One thing I loved really was I loved the senior ranking system.
Oh my God. Yes.
Because I feel like it really wasn't a ranking system as much as it was of telling you who was number one and who was number, 45,000, It was like,
Well, yeah, because they listed off that they only the radio guy only listed off the top guy, the top girl, the bottom guy, and the bottom girl.
Right.
Like, was there like a list posted somewhere on a bulletin board that had everybody else? I mean, because how would you know?
Yeah,
Because later
exactly.
he says, and Charlie's broken into the top five. And I was like, well, who'd he bump out? Who'd he bump out? I
Right.
was more interested in the ranking system than a
Right.
lot of stuff.
Right. Yeah. I was just like, this is interesting. Okay. So I don't really want to like talk about every single character separately, except for one. If you wouldn't mind, can we just talk about Lori for a hot minute, the
Oh,
sister? Because I
she's crazy.
I loved Lori. I'm not gonna lie. Like Lori's special brand of crazy, I was all in on that bullshit.
Like she goes from one to 5,000 in
Dude,
2 seconds.
like when she's talking to the principal and she's like, dancing is my life. Dancing is my life. I was like, girl, I hear you. I hear you,
She
girl.
goes stopping out and comes back and starts banging on the
Yeah, my
window.
life. I was like, oh, I was like, I hear you. I see you and everything.
It's like,
I oh
I think dancing is her life.
yeah, dancing is her life for sure, which I want to talk about that later.
Her dance teacher in Pittsburgh told her, one more year and she'd be good enough for the Pittsburgh Ballet Company.
Oh yeah, she was for sure. Which I was a man. The Pittsburgh Ballet must suck. Okay.
Well, remember the janitor Gabriel's dance was jazz. He taught jazz.
That's true. Yeah. Which I yeah. Dude, I want to get into all that shit because I loved it. Okay, but back to the sister. Okay, I love that. Not only did she have a mural to Michael Jackson, she was in love with him. I love how she was all like,
Talk to him for advice.
yeah, yeah, exactly. She was all like, "You're such a manly man." I was like, "Wait, what?" And everything. She's like, "You're so masculine." I was like, "Sweetie, first off, you're talking to a poster. That's weird." And second off, Michael Jackson. I'm like, okay.
Masculine is not the first word that would come to mind when describing Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I just love her. I just wrote down. I love her reaction to everything. It's over the top, and it's just so like, but it's so good. Like I'm all like,
Yeah,
I don't remember in any '80s movie where the any girl would like freak out and start yelling, but I'm gonna love it when I see it. I'll tell you that right now.
I feel like she got the memo of this movie. She overacted it, overdid everything. She understood the whole spoof thing, where I don't think other people did.
I'm right on. I'm totally there with you. I'm totally there with you.
But
Okay.
I don't care about talking about the characters so much as I want to talk about the movies they were spoofing as we go along because
Yeah, throw that shit in there. You throw that in there when we get there and everything. I'm all
okay.
about it. I'm all about it. Okay. So then
So
I also
obviously footloose because you can't
flip.
dance
You
because your
can't
feet will go
dance.
loose
You if you don't
out
go
on the edge of town.
on the edge of town.
Those kids were drinking in a barn.
Yeah, they were. Okay, so I loved when they're in the cafeteria and they're going through all of the nerdy people at the losers table or whatever. First off, the kid that was eating his burrito with a bloody nose, I was so grossed out. I was like, ugh! I was like, that is disgusting.
I was too. I was like, go to the nurse. Somebody tell him to
Yeah,
go to the nurse.
ex
Stop eating.
yeah, stop eating your burrito with your blood juices on it. It's so fucking gross. Okay, so I loved Wolf because I loved how which
Which
is
is a spoof on Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf, but I love how he turns into a wolf, and then they're just like, "Good kill, Wolf, 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 Wolf,"
They're
and I
like,
was
the
just like,
guy that he killed, Wolf killed the guidance counselor. Yes,
"Yeah,"
Wolf, Wolf,
and
Wolf.
quick story, I was watching this, and my son was watching too, and he was like, "Why did he kill him?" And I was like, "Because he was the guidance counselor." Why? Because he went to school to counsel and be a guide on it, and he's like. Why? And I was like, nobody likes the guidance counselor. Why? They're kind of assholes. He just kept asking why, and I was just like, all right, no more questions. No more questions from you.
You
All
should have
right.
just said he's a wolf. He doesn't make good choices.
Okay, so back to the sister because I love this scene. And you can tell me if this was from a movie because I don't know what it was from, if it was from anything. I love when she meets the janitor, right? Because like she meets the janitor, he's like, I used to be the dance instructor here. And then they outlawed the dance or whatever. And I love their dance off. It was so good because the
So
moves
good.
at their dance off was amazing. Like I just love like it was basically like him thrusting and then pointing at her. It's like your turn. I'm all like,
And she
this
would
is
just flip her hair and then point at him. And they
yeah,
were like, I can do better. And I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah, and I just love how his last move, like he would jump up the stairs one step at a time and then bounce himself off every wall, and then like monkey bar it off of the like
That's
banisters.
totally a Footloose thing when he's in the barn and he's got the bar and everything. But anyway, so I will say this. So Dominic Swan, Lori, she is also the actress who played Lolita. So this
Oh.
is this is twofold. In Lolita, she's a teenager who has a relationship with a physical relationship with a 35-year-old man. So I think this was a little bit of a nod towards that. Plus, I also think it was a little nod at Dirty Dancing with the dance instructor and the younger girl. And I think some of these dance moves, they stole dance moves from multiple movies. There's some Footloose stuff in there. There's some Patrick Swayze and Baby dancing in there. So, yeah, that's where I
Oh,
think
Dirty
that's what,
Dancing. I love Dirty
yeah, that they were
Dancing.
spoofing on Dirty Dancing. Yeah,
All
for
right, well,
sure.
that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I just yeah, I just listen,
Yeah.
don't
I
threaten me
just,
with a good time.
so far in the movie, we're through here. I'm still liking it. I'm
Exactly.
still
Yeah, we're
liking it.
at this point, I
I
think
mean,
we're
they're at the
16 minutes
stand
in.
around. It's not a
Oh,
dance, it's
the
stand
stand around. That
around.
was great. Well, real quick, can I just say one thing about the
Yeah.
sister? I love when she freaks out at breakfast and she's like, and your parenting is shitty. And then she like tries to open the slider door, but it's got that bar. And she's like, what is this bar? And I was like, Sweet Pea, I get you there. Me and you are on the same page right now. I'm on your side. And
I
then
was
she
going to
run
just do that.
and then she runs into the screen. I'm like, sweetie, I think me and you had the same life right now. Like you like she
Because
was
they've refused her to go to the 35-year-old janitor's dance class.
right, yeah. Or what did they call it? The convent of pornography or something like
Yeah.
that. I can't remember. I was like, that's so good. That's so good. Okay. So Mikey Day is like, I've got to impress this Kimberly chick and everything. How can I impress her? How can I be cool? And he's like, I know what I'll do. I'll become black. And I was like, yes, please. And everything. Which this is a spoof, and I believe it was Bill Stein. Is that his
Yeah.
name?
Yeah, he's narrating a little bit here and there throughout this whole
Yeah.
movie.
And he brings up Soul Brother. Is that the name of the movie that he brings up? I can't remember.
Yes.
And first off, we should review that movie. I have thoughts. Anyways, sorry.
Yes, and if
So I
those of you don't know, that is a movie where a white kid decides to pretend to be black to get into
to get into
college.
college. Yeah, it's we should review that. We're gonna review that movie soon. If not this season, the next season. Okay. So I love how Tracy Morgan, who his introduction in this movie was the best because he's like jamming on the one, jamming on the one, jamming on the one, jamming on the one. It's so good. So I was like, that is so good. Okay. So I love the requirements for being black and everything. I love how he's like, you ever thrown a poodle off the projects? I'm like, no, you can't be. He's like, you ever broken a Puerto Rican's arm for sweatpants money? It's like, no. He's like, you ever got into a fight in the projects with a baby in your arms, but it ain't even your baby? And he's like, no. He's like, then you can't be black. And I was
So,
like,
and my favorite is, did you get someone pregnant when you were 7?
like 7. He just like 7. I was like, he's like, then you can't be black. You can't be black. And then I loved how his friend started breakdancing, and he's like,
Everywhere they went, even the school, everywhere. And I'm like, isn't dancing banned? Yet he
yeah,
dances.
he's breakdancing. And then I love how he's like, you got them tight ass shorts on. It's getting way too gay up in here. And I was like, man, I own a pair of those shorts. Anyways, okay, I just want to say, and
You can look on his Twitter feed. He has mowed the lawn in those
first
shorts.
I am, I still do. I'm pretty sure. I also have a crop top that says dad bod crop on it.
And he wears the like white tube stocks with the
Dude, yeah, with
three lines.
the
He
three
does.
lines, and I wave to my neighbors when I do it too. I'm like, "Hey, Chuck, how you doing, buddy?"
And they're all like, does his wife know he's gay?
You mean my beard? Okay, okay. So I also loved how he got black lessons with the walking. How he got the dig. I love the
Yeah.
dig. And you can tell me if this is on any movie that from the 80s because I was like, I didn't see this movie with the dig and everything. And I also love the clap where he's like, you gotta, or the dream where he's like, you pretend you're dreaming and everything. Like you, so far, this movie, I'm all on board right now because it's just so funny because it's like so stupid, but at the same, it's like scary movie, you know? It's like dumb, but it's like still funny or whatever. Okay.
Well, and it gets better because he goes to Kimberly's house next, like after he
Well,
learns how to be black and he uses the quick or the instant tan stuff. So to me, he doesn't look full black. He looks more like he's of the South American ethnicity. Like he's not full dark. He's more of a caramel. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know if that's right. I don't
You're
know.
fine. He's a
Anyways,
mocha. That's fine. I'll
yeah.
say it. I don't care.
And he goes up to Kimberly's house and her dad answers the door and is like, "There's a black guy at our
Yeah,
door."
and I love real quick. I love how the story changed as the movie went forward. Like it was my dad used to own that watch, and then he got a black man stole it from him, and then he's like, I got how to watch like that, and then a group of N-words stole it from me, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
it just progresses. It goes from one to he is just, being horror mugged by every single black person he walks by and they're all taking his watch.
yeah, and I
Funny
love
thing is
how
Charlie kept the wallet and the
that's what
watch.
I wrote that down. I was like, he kept the watch and wore it around. I was like, honey boo, okay, come on. Your crime is all in front of everybody. But at the same time, he was a black man. Which okay.
That's all the guy remembers is he
Yeah,
was a black
yeah,
man.
exactly. Because he's probably like they all look the same and everything. So so Kip, the bully in this movie.
It's
Okay,
so
so
funny.
I want to just say that Kip had the worst um uh uh
Laugh.
no, he had just had the worst like comebacks or whatever. It's like, hey,
Oh,
what's going on, new kid? And I'm like, what?
and then he'd be like,
Water is wet. And you're like, what? Get the
yeah.
fuck out of here. I would just be like, hey, Kip, you have a receding hairline, motherfucker. You have like the biggest
And you're in high
forehead.
school, that's gonna suck.
Yeah. You have the biggest forehead I've fucking seen in forever, fuckface. So like, get the fuck
See,
out of here.
and Kip reminds me of the guy from Pretty in Pink.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, the bad guy played by
Oh, what is
stop.
his name? What is his name? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Hold on. I'm looking it up. I'm gonna
The
edit all
minute you
this.
say it, I'm gonna be like, ah, shit, I knew that. Why couldn't I keep it together?
It's
Because
okay. It's a
Blaine is the guy that she likes.
James Spader.
Yes, thank you.
Just say
Thank
James Spader and then go on.
Yeah. So he reminds me of
No,
James Spader. This
yeah,
is the whole that's how he act like I'm better than everybody. I've got a
yeah.
rich car, I'm dating the prettiest girl,
Which
I live in the biggest house and
Which I just want to say, James Spader used to be fucking hot. What happened? I'm just saying.
drugs, Hollywood, who
He could
knows?
get a dad bod back. I'm just saying. Okay, anyways,
Oh, for
okay.
sure.
Yeah. Okay, so then he's gotta defeat Kip in the what is it? The
Decathlon.
decathlon, right? Okay. So he gets Mr. Yamaguchi, which I love. I love Mr. Yamaguchi. This actor is so fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, so he goes to his house, right? Because he pole vaults over his
And this is
fucking.
this is the Karate Kid part.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the Karate Kid. But I love how he goes to a house and it turns into a Kurosawa film because he just goes
Yeah.
and it's like blossom trees and shit all over the place. And I'm like, what's happening here?
And my whole thing is he's the gardener, yet he lives in a nicer house than everyone's
Then
lawn.
everybody,
He's like,
right? That's so true. And he's like, I could have been the pole vaulting champion of Japan, but I didn't make it or whatever. I don't remember what he says, but
yeah,
okay.
it was his dream.
So I wrote this down before the movie progressed because I had forgotten a little bit of it since the first time I had saw it. And I wrote down Yomagachi seems a little bit of a pedo, if you ask me. I'm like, is he just lonely? What's going on here? Because I was like, when he's all like, why don't you stay, Mikey Day? And I was like, maybe he's trying to fuck him, but maybe at the same time, he's just an old man that's lonely and he just wants like a friend. He's like, be
He's
my
just trying
friend.
to fuck
Yeah,
you.
he was totally trying to fuck him. As the movie progressed, I was like, oh, he's totally trying to fuck. He was like, I want to give me some of that white ass. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. I'm like Mikey Day, he wants your white ass.
You
Like,
need to go home now.
yeah,
Run, run.
yeah. Um, and I wrote this down later, but I love how he only taught him three of the events. There's like 15 events, and he only taught him
He
three
goes,
of
I couldn't come up with enough household chores to
them.
cover them all.
Exactly. I was like, not only does that make sense, but at the same time, I'm all like, it was just it was funny. It was funny. Okay,
Yeah, it
so
was. But now that we're like to this point, this is where I start to snooze off because this is a part where Kimberly tricks him onto a date, which is the throwback to the one movie,
Yeah, you keep talking and I'll look it up because I know what movie you're talking about. I just can't
oh,
remember.
where the girl and the guy go on a date, but he's in love with his best friend, which is the other girl, and I can't remember her name because all they do is call her oily, that her hair is so oily, and it
Is
doesn't.
it Becky?
Yes. And her hair doesn't look oily ever, or her face ever. So I'm super confused on that, but whatever.
Okay, hold on one second.
It's some kind of wonderful.
Is it some? Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna have to edit this. This is some kind of wonderful.
Yeah. So this is the part of some kind of wonderful where they're like,
Hmm.
you know,
And she's even
uh,
got the gloves with the cut off fingers,
yeah.
the
And she's
fingertips, and
pretending to be the chauffeur. And now Charlie turns into a huge dick and starts treating her the
out of
way everybody
nowhere.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, out of nowhere, like Mikey Day just becomes a complete asshole, and I'm like, where did this come from? And he's like, hey, I had something to tell you and everything, and they're like, stars are for nerds, and I'm like, nah, what? Aren't girls into that shit? Like astrology, like Mars is in retrograde. You're a Leo. I'm full of bullshit and everything. So
No,
you're into that stuff, you know.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay. So I wrote down I loved Max's supercomputer. Like how it just like it worked for like
Yeah, is
it
this
took
supposed to be like a Revenge of the Nerds playoff or
I
something?
maybe
Because
I
he's all of a sudden a super young kid that's super
or
duper
like
rich because
maybe
he was
war
super duper,
games.
or may oh yeah, because the government comes in and steals it
Yeah,
and
yeah, like
whatever
there yeah, whatever.
and
But it
pays
was
him $1 billion, which I'm like, $1 billion, really?
yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
Couple
I don't
years, and Apple will be out with a much smaller one. Calm down.
right on. I did write that down because I love how Lori kept saying like Gabriel, how are you so manly? And I was like, are we talking about Chris Kattan here? Like he is not manly. But I have to say, like I am loving all of the dancing in this movie. Like
Oh
every
God.
time there's dancing, I am all about it.
The
Like we're
best
gonna
part about it are these dance moves are like if you were to go to like a 4-year-old's recital.
exactly. It's like my son made them up and everything. But at the same time, I was loving every like he's like when the girl breaks her like her shin or whatever, and he's like, all right, let's go get ice cream, but you guys have to pay because I'm 35. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And he's like, let's jazz run, jazz run or whatever they says. I was like, that's good.
And I'm like, they're not paying you for this class?
Right?
Why aren't they paying for their class? But yeah. And when that girl breaks her leg doing what, the starlight or something, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. And they rewatched the video so many times where I'm like, it's not that funny. It's kind of gross, guys. And he's like, her foot gets loose.
No,
And
you
I'm
were
like,
first.
oh my
I
God.
feel like that's not how they meant it in the first story of the foot getting loose, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so you had mentioned Kimberly faking him on a date. Okay, so they go back to Kip's party. Okay, and one thing that I love that Mikey Day says is he tells them he tells Billy that he's like, they need me in this party. And while he's doing it, he's holding up his keyboard tie. And I was like, am I not getting what's going on here? Like I'm a little confused why he's holding the keyboard tie, but at the same time, loving it. Did you understand any of that?
I did not get why they quote unquote
Mhm.
needed him there because in some kind of wonderful, he gets told they're going to beat him up and he's like, I'm going anyways. He doesn't ever say anything. They need me there. Like, I don't know. This part's just weird because Kip
Yeah.
also molests the banister, which is
Yeah,
like
he
a
does,
naked
which
woman.
that was weird. You like it, statue. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? What's going on here?
Like,
We're
what's happening?
Yeah, inanimate objects do not care, honey. That's weird. Okay, but I did like how he went in and that guy was all like, "Peach Snobs is the best drink ever," and I was like, "Is it though?" I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'll throw it in a drink, but I don't drink it by itself. I'm like,
I don't know if
gross.
anyone does.
Yeah. But I'm like at the same time. maybe high schoolers do and everything. They're just like, I got some alcohol, I'm definitely gonna tell my kids, be like, just so you know, peach snobs is not the best alcoholic beverage ever and
No.
everything. Okay.
Okay, but I grew up in a time where we would scrounge up $3 so we could buy Boone's Farm.
I mean, I
So,
get it. I get it. I totally get it. But at the same time, well, I was different from you. I didn't drink at all until I turned 21 because I was a good kid. Okay.
were you though?
I was, fucker. Better than you.
I was a great kid.
If you say so. Okay. So, all right. Okay. First off, I just want to give some advice to everybody out there. Never
Ooh,
let
Marlon or
anyone,
Matthew's life lessons. I almost called
yes,
you Marlon.
exactly. I'm handing out life lessons. Never let anybody blindfold you, ever. Just don't let them do it.
But you're gonna
Blindfold.
end up naked.
Exactly. But I do have to say though, because he did end up like he got his clothes off, but his cock wasn't out. So that's a plus. And I have to admit, his body wasn't that bad. Like I was like, all right, Mikey Day, you're a little skinny for my taste, but at the same time, I was like, you're not like fatso, you didn't have like, cellulite, going in everywhere. So I was like, not too bad, not too bad. But he was like, I did like how Kip was all like, you said I couldn't hurt you before the Gagalathon, but you didn't say I couldn't ruin your life. And I'm like, is this really ruining his life? And they did not tie him to that chair because like he got out so fast and
So
like just
fast.
yeah, and just ran and everything.
And he didn't even untie it. He just kind of hawked his way out of it. Just was like, oh, these aren't that tight. I can just get up. So yeah.
Yeah,
Like I said, at this point, I'm like ready to check out, going, oh, when is this going to be over? And
I
then my
hear
brain
you.
went, oh shit, we have to sit through a decathlon.
Right, a
That's 10
decathlon.
events. Jesus Christ.
Which I just have to say, I don't know how you felt about the decathlon events, but I was just like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, why are we watching all of these events? This is so crazy. I'm
Well,
like,
this was how Caitlyn Jenner won her gold medal in the Olympics when she was
and
Bruce.
and good for Bruce, but I don't care. Like,
Yeah. Who just up and says, I want to be good at everything, these 10 events, because they're the weirdest 10 events of the Olympics. Pole vaulting. I mean, did we not see what happened in the last Olympics to the pole vaulter? Come
oh
on,
my God.
guys.
No, that was good. That was good. Yeah, like, I'm sorry. That is a notch on that fucker's belt because it's like he lost the gold because of his giant dick. Like I wish I could have that on my belt. Like you lost the gold. Why? My giant dick got in the way. Like that's what he has to go. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's
but
not
I
happening to
did
Mikey Day.
yeah, that's not happening to Mikey Day. But I do love how I did laugh really hard for some reason when he was going to do the jump event okay, so he does the pole vaulting event, but Kip cheats and breaks his little staff or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, his pole. And he gets his ankle hurt, which I loved how Mr. Yomagachi tried to like jerk him off, which I'm like, hey, we've all been there before. An Asian, you're laying on a table and an Asian tries to jerk you off. But I did like how he tried to jump and he totally failed like miserably. I was like, that's good. I like that. I like that. Um, and then I
But
did write,
Charlie believes in all of your retrograde and shit. Because
yeah, yeah, he
remember,
does. Yes,
there's an eclipse coming and everything on
which
Earth is
which
lighter.
lighter, which I did write down. I love how the newscaster is like the eclipse, this parallaxing phenomenon, and I'm all like, what does that even mean? You guys don't understand what a fucking eclipse is? Like, what? And everything. So, okay. So I love how, okay, so he ends up winning the decathlon, but I love how Max, the little brother, after he gets his $1 billion, goes to Gabriel and he's like, and he tells him, he's like, so bring your little dance pants and get over here or whatever. I was like, that's good. I like your little dance pants or whatever, because they're gonna save dance by dancing this big number at the decathlon, right?
After the decathlon, yep, they're gonna
Which
dance there.
what did you think of the final performance of the dancing?
I just went, that's the reason they got rid of the dance program, because he's not a good dancer.
Right. Right. First off, I'm not gonna lie, I loved every minute of it. I was in for
Oh,
it.
the outfits of the backup dancers, they're in
Oh
those
my gosh.
pink onesie unitard
Except
things.
for the one guy who was shirtless, which I'm all like, what? And everything. But I also just want to say I loved when they did the Starlight move or whatever. And I love how he lets the dove go and it makes like a caw. And I was like, that's not what doves make. I am so...
At first, I thought he was like going to try to bite its head off like
Oh, that
Ozzy.
would have been so good. And then a small piece was like, where did this dove come from? Like, was that in his pocket? What's going on here? Like, he's Houdini now? What's going on here?
Yeah.
But I loved every minute. I was like, this
And
is
I
so good.
love that her parents congratulate her, and her mom's like, I'm so glad that we didn't, that you still went behind our back and went to this 35-year-old's dance class.
Yeah, yeah. And I love how, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just like, they're making out on stage
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, I love how it's okay to fuck teenagers. I was like, no, no, it's
Nope.
not. This
No.
is a bad advice right there. That's bad advice.
Don't take Gabriel's advice. He is going to get you in
Yeah,
jail.
he's gonna get you in jail. But overall, I thought that this was like a fun movie. I personally loved every minute of it, even though I will admit, like you, I just thought it went on a little bit too long.
We didn't need to see all those events of the decathlon. We
That
didn't
is
at
true.
all.
They could
They
have,
could have showed two events
yeah,
and done with, and then done like how they do it in like golf movies. They just show the board, or like they did in Revenge of the Nerds. They didn't show everything. They
yeah,
showed the names changing up and
yeah.
down, points being added. They could have done that and just showed two
I'm,
events. The party scene really didn't need to be there. It was dumb. Like I said,
yeah,
I kind of I was lost after Kimberly and Chip broke up. That it was where I was kind of like, I'm done with this. Can we be
right.
done already?
I
Yeah.
did, however, I liked Mikey Day's speech at the end when he's all like, my Oriental coach. He's like, I'm
Asian.
Asian and everything. I just love how he kept saying, I'm Asian, you idiot, and everything. I was like, that's funny because he is and everything. And I also did like Mr. Yamagachi he was like, I was in Japan and they dropped the bomb, and I thought, okay, I get it. And then they dropped the second bomb, and I was like, that's just way too many. I was like, that's funny.
And then Charlie gives him his medal, and he's like, I could have had Olympic gold. Now I get
This
high
shitty,
school. Yeah, shitty
yeah,
high
this high
school
school.
medal.
It's so good, so good. And then I love how the wolf guy kills one more person at the end. They're like, wolf, wolf, wolf. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that's good, and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else you wanted to say about this movie before we end this sucker?
No, no, I don't
Would
have
you
much.
suggest this movie?
No,
No.
no,
Bummer. I would suggest this movie. I liked it.
I'm
Like
sorry.
I just feel like if you like movies like, not another teen movie or scary movie, you might
I
like this.
like those. This one just doesn't stay on board.
Well,
It loses its traction,
I will agree with that.
So that's my problem. It starts off so strong. Like they give you all the A-list jokes and skits right away at the
Right.
beginning.
Even
And you
even
get,
in the beginning montage when they're like, "Why are you moving to LA, Mom?" "Oh, because your dad's bad at his job and he got fired." And I was like, "That's
yeah.
good." I was like, "Man, that mom is fucking harsh, yo."
Yeah, and then it kind of picks back up at the end with the dancing again. But by then it's just I was so checked out. I was like,
I feel you. I feel you. All right. Well, if you don't have anything else that you want to add, I'm going to wrap this sucker up. Thank you
nope.
so much, you guys, for listening to us. Make sure to follow us on Twitter to stay updated, and that's at BS Drunk Pod. If you listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasting needs, please leave us a 5-star review, you guys. It really helps us out a lot, you guys. You don't understand how much it helps us out, and we really, really appreciate it. Also, we'll be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel, and that is on YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. If you want to see my lovely face and this and this
And
gnome, this
reviews too.
garden gnome known as Vetta.
I'm
Um,
taller than a gnome.
also, you guys, we do have a Patreon if you guys are interested. And we have different levels that will suit whatever need that you're looking at and everything. And the link for that will be in the description down below. And please, you guys, also don't forget the most important thing, and that is drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you
Bye,
guys.
guys.